Hi, race fans, welcome. We're back, Charlotte, my backyard here, and I tell you, tonight's going to be a good one because we got a couple things. Well, we're in the chase. Obviously, that's one. Two, the bracket challenge, the final round. Two drivers tonight are going to come out. One driver, coming out of here. The two are going to battle it out. Chad Coleman, Sean Downey. For some awesome prize and money out of this one here tonight, so it's going to be interesting. As always, Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied by the man Jay Weezy himself. Gerald, how you doing?
Hey, Joe. I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
Doing awesome, man. And I tell you, we're in Charlotte. I like this place.
Oh, I love it, man. You know, this is going to be awesome. We're in the chase, like you said. So, you know, things are heating up here for the Sim500. It's actually, race number 3 tonight?
It is. There you go. I had to think about it for a second myself.
Yeah,
there.
Charlotte.
Yeah,
Race number 3. Yeah, they're going to Dover next week for 4. So, yeah, but this is going to be awesome here. Charlotte always puts on a good show. It's kind of like Homestead. You know, they always race hard here. And, you know, the temperature is going to make it interesting. It's not full throttle all the way around, so they're going to have to drive these things.
Well, your experience here, I like this place when I raced. Really, really enjoy it. What's your experience here? I mean, what do you think you're going to see? To me, it's always kind of tight going into the turns. That's why I've always known it to be.
Yeah, it changes up a little bit every now and then, depending on the build and how they got the setups set up. Because you know this is fixed setup, but other than that, you know it's still kind of the same. I would have to say a little tight entry, a little tight through the center. It really all depends on the temperature, really.
All right, well, what's that?
The temperature will decide on how that truck reacts. You know, like these guys, these trucks, they're known to be full throttle around a lot of places, just depending on, like I said, the track temperature and the surface. With it being hot like it is, I believe it's over 100 degrees. I haven't looked at the thermometer yet, but I think it's over 100 degrees. So that allows for that tire to not want to grip, which we've talked about before.
All right, good info there. That's awesome, man. We'll see Sean Bounty out in the chat, and you're right. You got to the final of the bracket challenge by being conservative. Almost just like what you do with, winning a championship. But guess what? Let's grid these bad boys up here tonight as we're going racing here at Charlotte for the Sim500 SimSpeedShop.com Truck Series. On pole, David Comstock. Wow, putting it on top right there. Steve Goschalk out beside of him. Starting in third, E.J. O'Rourke. Keep an eye on him. He owns the points lead coming into this thing. Mike Kelly starting in fourth. Fifth place man, Joe Hudson. Bobby Terrell starting in sixth. You've got the seventh place man, DJ's what he says, but Dwight Beverly there in seventh. Eighth place starter, Josh Parker. Ninth place man, Chad Coleman. He's the guy right there. We was talking about the bracket challenge. Keep an eye on him tonight. And round out the top 10, Doey Woods. As we look through the rest of this field, hey, you know what I always say, Gerald? Some bad, fast drivers, some bad, fast monster trucks. We're about to do some awful bad, fast things here at Charlotte.
Gonna be some bad fast racing. Got some bad fast boys out there, you know, and I like that little saying. That's a Joeism, by the way.
Been saying it from the beginning, man.
Yeah, a lot of fast drivers. You know, I was watching them out there when they were in practice, and you know, Joe Hudson, he was the fastest truck there during the practice session. Tommy Ryan, he was up in there. Nick Timms, Bobby Wetzel, a lot of fast trucks there. But when it comes to qualifying, you know, there's a little strategy comes to that sometimes. You know, you don't really want to qualify right up front. Well, at least I don't. I don't like starting on the pole, being under all that pressure. I like to be up towards the front, but not in the front. That way I can steal them and run them down if I need to. So David Comstock, he's gonna sit on the pole tonight with Steve Goschalk, EJ, and Mike Kelly. Those guys right behind him.
Yeah, and I tell you what, David Comstock right there putting it on pole tonight. So he's looking to have an outstanding run here. And the guy right there on the outside, Steve Goschalk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm used to seeing him in the Nerf mobile. He's changed it up to the Yingling here lately. I mean, he's just had an up and down season. Hopefully tonight, Charlotte, this is one of these tracks where you can bounce back and turn around your season in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's a good place to get a win too, man. It feels good to win here, and a lot of guys out there are wanting to get this win. We were talking about the points earlier, man. I mean, EJ, he stepped it up, got up here on the top of the charts.
He is. Pace car's out of turn 4, drops off on pit road. We're going racing here tonight. Sim500, simspeedshop.com Truck Series. Green flag flies. David, he drops the hammer. Look at EJ O'Rourke. He is owning the points lead, and he wants to own the lead going into turn 1 as they're all stacked 2 by 2.
Yeah, great reaction by the whole field. Even EJ O'Rourke timed that perfect. Didn't let Dave Comstock get away. Dave did get out there on him, but EJ's got a run here coming down the back stretches. They start to single file out here, the top 4. Then you got the 15 truck there battling, or the 16, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. David's out front. EJ's right there behind him. You got the 17 of Joe Hudson. That's another one looking good here with Steve Goschalk. But look at him behind him right there. They're still stacked up side by side all the way back.
Yeah, Dwight Beverly and Mike Kelly, Dave Comstock, the 20 of Chad Coleman, and Bobby Terrell, man, they are all side by side. Mike Kelly makes that high line work as he's going to take over that spot there from Dwight Beverly.
You know what I noticed about this track when I ran here a lot is early on you can make the low line work, but eventually you want to kind of gather up and maybe go to the middle line. I don't know if, like you were saying, it depends on the setup and how this track feels here tonight. That's just how I remember it. Kind of want to diamond and arc it into the turn and let it glide through the turns after a while.
Yeah, let it roll, man. Let that truck settle in. Going into these corners, you got to get that nose to set, and then you let it drift on down there to the bottom, wait on it, and then nail it and get that perfect run off to make that fast speed down them straightaways here. The 17 of Joe Hudson, man, he's looking quick here early on as he's on the inside of Steve Gottschalk right now, trying to take over that 3rd spot.
Got a good battle there as you still got David Comstock out front. 3 wide back here with Chad Cole in the mix. And you've also got Chris Jabu, Jose Gonzalez. All these guys are trying to jockey around to get what they get, but you're talking about coming off the turns. Another thing you got to be mindful of, this track is very tricky coming off the turns. And the reason I say that, is just off from what I remember, is if you stab the throttle too soon, boy, she'll push right to the wall off turn 4.
Yeah, turn 4 is treacherous sometimes, and it'll sneak up and bite you. It's almost like it sticks out a little bit sometimes, or there's people back there pushing on it, getting it to come out further and further on the track. As these tires get older, that's just how it feels. And you got to time it right. You get back in that throttle at that perfect time to make sure you don't get in that wall and you can get all that speed that you want. Right now, we got a battle for the lead. EJ O'Rourke, he's on the inside of that 42. Dave Comstock,
looking good right now. It's going side by side. For the moment, they should be able to run side by side. After a while, those tires, I got to give that outside lane the advantage coming off of 4 as you see him power it on. And EJ has to fall back in line, so he was able to hold him off right there.
Yeah, that says a lot, too, to what we got to look forward to. You see the 42 held him off there on the high line. EJ backed out of it. He says he's going to take another shot at it if he can. But the high line prevailed on that one. That's not usual. And the 42, he didn't stop fighting, man. He was going to make sure he gave EJ all that he could and try to run away from him now.
A good run right now. David's got out front. EJ's there in second. Now he comes in here owning the points lead right now over, I knew who it was there for a minute.
Jose.
Jose, yep, that's right, Jose, my bad. And Chad Coleman, who fell back to 3rd. And that's speaking of Chad Coleman, because he is the man in the actual bracket challenge. And folks, if you're new, that's something we have been, me and Gerald's kind of had fun with the past about over a month or now with. And it started off with it's almost like a bracket thing with like 16 or so drivers or whatnot. It was a huge field there, and they kind of went all the way down to tonight. 2 drivers, Chad Coleman, Sean Bounty. And Chad Coleman right now is in 6th. There is no bonus points involved. There is no lead to most laps. It's whoever finishes in front of whoever wins it here tonight. And the other guy, Sean Bounty, not having a good run that he wants right now. He's back at 26, but he's got a lot of time to get it done.
Oh, yeah, and we were, I think, both wrong on the bracket, but either way, yeah, these 2 guys, they're fighting for it tonight. It's the championship for the bracket here at Charlotte.
It is. Good battle there. I was watching Sean back there, and he's got some good battles going on in front of him. Sean Castro, Jimmy North. Just to mention that real quick, Gerald, here, I look back here in the 20th some position, and I'm seeing some awesome names that we see up front week in and week out. Just goes to show you the level of competition and just how even it is. And it's also a product of this track. This place is a hard place to pass. I got a feeling if we go a long green flag run, could see some guys maybe trying some pit strategies here.
Yeah, 134 laps into this race. 134 laps in this race. So they got to decide how they're going to do their pit strategies. You might have to start off saving fuel immediately if you're on a certain strategy. Just depending on what these teams decide to do or what their crew chief tells them to do, could play a role in how they run this race. But I'd say being back in the 20th, 25th spot here when you're stacked up in a field like this isn't a bad thing. You got a lot of great drivers, so anytime you can come out here and shine and race around with these guys, it's a whole lot of fun. So it's a lot of fun being out there 2 and 3 wide without having to worry about the guy on your inside or outside taking you out. These guys, they carry a lot of talent, a lot of wheelman out there.
Absolutely, agree with you right there. We had 32 machines start here. Only one out. Anthony Calatoni out of the race here tonight. Jason Barham right there. He's got the kick-ass beef jerky machine off the pace a little bit. He's back in 31st. The back up front, David Comstock has held off the charge. VJ O'Rourke here at Charlotte for the Sim500 SimSpeedShop.com Truck Series. Steve Goschalk right there in tow with Joe Hudson. Joe Hudson, boy, I tell you what a tremendous run here tonight so far he's having.
Yeah, Joe Hudson's running strong here tonight. Right now he's in 4th, but he's got a fast truck, fast one right behind him, fast one in front of him. So a lot of fast trucks out there. Mike Kelly and Steve Gottschalk surrounding him right now.
I don't see no Jay Weezy out there.
Ain't no Jay Weezy. I ain't fast enough for these guys.
Man, come on now. You be out there and done lap the field.
Oh, no. Not even close. I probably wouldn't. I'd be back in the 25th, 26th spot if I'm lucky.
I'd be in pit road. That's where I'd
be. Most of these guys single file right now, all
Yep.
the way back. If you look back, even in the 20th spot, we got our first battle. It starts way back in, I'd say, 22nd, maybe?
Yeah, back in there. Also
between-
watching Josh Parker here. He's been peeking on the inside of Bobby Terrell a couple times.
Josh Parker's known to make a nice run to the front. He did it at Bristol. He's did it a couple places. He won at Vegas, which is a similar track, which was just a few races ago. Right before the chase started, it was the last race before the chase at Vegas. Josh Parker brought home that win. And this is a similar track to Vegas. I mean, you can almost run the same setup here. You might have to adjust a little spring or a little bit of shock, but it's pretty much the same thing. Almost identical. But I heard you say, Anthony Calatoni out of the race, and he also won at Vegas. He won at Vegas back when, the season first started. I believe it was like race 4. He got the win. So for him to be out on a track like this, something bad must have happened. So I hope he's all right.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Probably some technical difficulties. Josh Parker did make the pass on Bobby Terrell for the 7th place spot right there. Chad Coleman moves up in the 5th over Joe Hudson. Now Joe Hudson's feeling the pressure of Bobby Terrell and Josh Parker right there on his back deck lid.
Yeah, Bobby Terrell, he stormed right back by up next to Josh Parker there after. Look at the contact between Josh Parker and Joe Hudson, man. He's trying to help him down, come out of that corner and give him some more speed, and it actually worked. It slowed Josh Parker down a little bit, but that's going to let Bobby Terrell and Tommy Ryan maybe get by there on the high side as we got 3 rows too wide.
Yes, we do. 2 by 2 all the way back. As they come out of turn 4 right here. Josh Parker in the mix. Dwight Beverly, Joe Hudson all right there battling to come across the line to complete lap 16 here. And we'll be in a lap 17 of 134. And Trey, why ain't you out here, man? Look, you can be out in the chat. Man, he says, yeah, it looks like top line dominates after tires fall off. To me, that's how I remember Charlotte. Looks like kind of middle high lane is where to be at once the tires start to fall off. But then again, I haven't run Charlotte in quite a while, so the build could have changed. Let me know, Gerald. Is that about right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Trey would be one to let us know. I mean, he's an awesome driver. He's got 3 wins, or actually 4 wins because he won at Richmond. So he's got 4 wins here, man. He's got a lot of good information. Wonder if he's got anything about fuel mileage he can pass on to us. But, he could tell us a lot of great things. Oh, we got a little trouble between the 14. Looked like got into the wall in the backstretch a little bit. They had to make some evasive moves, but they ended up getting that thing sorted out. Oh, hate to see that for the 14 though.
Hang on a second, folks. A little technical difficulties right here.
Uh-oh. Now we got a real caution out now here.
Well, I'm glad we got a caution. Good, because you can help me get back here to where we
Yeah, maybe you. Looked like it happened on the front stretch. Josh Parker involved, Doy Woods, the 46 as well, the 9. I mean, Sean Bounty also, which is part of the bracket challenge, and yeah, like he was saying, he got his way to the finale of the bracket challenge by being conservative and surviving where others gotten into trouble. And right there, he got into a little bit of trouble. Hopefully, he can come out of that all right.
Bear with me, folks. We'll get back here. Oh, iRacing decided it wanted to go down on me there. So not only did it have a caution on the track, it had a caution here in the stream. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm loading back in.
Oh, sorry that happened.
Danger in the docks, yeah. Yeah, Oliver, pretty much. That's about how to look at it. Danger in the docks.
Wow, we had a lot of trucks involved in that. I mean, I could tell you what happened there.
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you can. 'Cause I'm trying to get back. Cause by the
I
time
know
I
a
get
lot
back,
of people out there probably want to know exactly what happened, you know, because that's our first caution of the night. And with that many trucks being involved, I'll kind of let you know what happened there. Josh Parker was coming off turn number 4, and it looked like the 17 in front of him of Joe Hudson. The 16 was to his outside, which is I keep forgetting who the 16 is for some reason, but Dwight Beverly. So those three got together, Joe Hudson, Josh Parker, and Dwight Beverly. They got together right there before they come through the tri-oval. And it really caused a lot of trouble for the guys that had nowhere to go. We had a couple lucky trucks get through. Nick Timms got through, luckily. Jose Gonzalez was another lucky one. Justin Fuller got through. But we had a lot of trucks that didn't get through. Also, the 55 made it by pretty good. A lot of trucks went down through the grass to make it through that. But a lot of trucks, like I said, got involved. The 14, of course. The 23, Josh Parker. Man, I hate to see that many trucks out there. The 46 as well. I think about 5 trucks.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I'm loading back in, folks. So give me 1 second here. Sorry about technical difficulty. I was sitting there and all of a sudden iRacing just kind of froze and it just went down, and it is what it is on that.
Tell you what, Corey Chester, he literally came to a stop because the front stretch was a junkyard there for a minute. Him and the 83, they just Jason Barham, he just kind of cruised on through there, man. Like, hey, that's one of them times where you're glad you're towards the back there. And the caution comes out, you don't get caught up in anything. So I just hate it for all the guys that got caught up in it, and hats off to the guys that made it through it, luckily.
Absolutely. So we are coming back in now. Like I say, under caution here the first time. Sorry about the technical difficulty right there, folks. But obviously, once that happens, I got to wait on iRacing to get loaded back up here so I can get us back going to where we were.
That's all right. Hey, well, a couple names I didn't mention that got caught up in it was the 12, Scott Simley. He got caught up. Chris Jabu made it. He went through the infield there and got away. Doy Woods went around a couple times.
Good deal.
And also the 9. But Sean Bounty, yeah, he was caught up in that, man. It's we're back green. Well, yeah. Well, normally, you know, if you know, they have a big wreck like that, like in NASCAR, you know, it'll be a while before they get back going again here.
We're back live.
Not in iRacing.
Yeah, we're back live here. All right, sorry about that, folks. Like I say, I don't know, man. iRacing decided it was just gonna go, but we're back. Live here showing this thing on a green flag, and had a huge wreck. Like I say, it took out a lot of guys. I'm showing Josh Parker and Nick Silver out of this one along with Anthony Calatoni, but David Comstock still the man up front.
Yeah, David's in a good spot. You know, it's a good time to be up front when you see a lot of good trucks get taken out there, running mid-pack or a little further back, or maybe up towards the front. Just depends on where the wreck starts. But everybody's out back running pretty good, single file. Had a battle between Jose and Chad Coleman there for a second. They gave it up, and 82 of Stevie Minson, I believe, is trying to make a move down on the bottom. He's right behind Justin Fuller.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, good race here, and again, like I say, apologize there for the few little hiccup there on kind of technical side of difficulties, but we get it up.
Oh,
Everybody has it.
I said 80. I said 82 of Stevie Minson. I meant Chad Cole. I was totally
Chad
wrong
Cole?
on that. I didn't even catch myself. But yeah, sorry about that.
Hey, what's going on, Will? How you doing? Yeah, no doubt. We got a good field out here tonight running Charlotte. David Comstock definitely up front in this one. EJ O'Rourke right there. And that's awesome, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Chad Cole, he's up there in the 12th place spot. He's battling out Justin Fuller. Haven't really talked much about him.
Yeah, Justin Fuller, man, strong truck there. Justin Fuller comes strong. A lot of times, a little unfortunate every now and then. That's just part of racing. But Justin Fuller, another fast guy, running pretty good right here.
So far, so good. Looking good out here as everybody is kind of running nose to tail, single file just a little bit. Been very patient as we're running in here tonight at Charlotte for the Sim500, simspeedshop.com. Well, we're race 3 here of the chase and also the bracket challenge. If you've been following along with us, you understand with 2 drivers tonight have a chance to take home a trophy out of this one. Chad Coleman and Sean Bounty. And Chad Coleman right now is up in 9th. Sean Bounty, though, he's back in 27th, a lap down.
Yeah, Chad Coleman's looking good. Sean Bounty, yeah, he was one that got caught up in that wreck there at Madness on the front stretch. And Justin Fuller, man, he's due for a win. He hadn't had a win, I believe, back in Iowa, race 12. He hadn't had a win since then. There's a lot of guys that haven't had a win here lately because Nick Cohan, Trey Eitzen, Josh Parker, they've really been dominating, man. They've won like the last 8 races or 6 or 7 races between those 3. So, yeah, they've been running really strong. So I just don't understand why Eison's not out there tonight trying to get another win. It could be win number 5 here tonight.
No doubt about it. Justin Fuller in the 10th place spot. He's got Jose Gonzalez down low, along with Justin Michaels right there in the 12th place. Chad Cole in the mix. Right now, everybody's trying to fill out what they can get. They got new tires. Well, they've been out there for about 30-something laps so far. And it looks like we got pit stops going on because Sean Castro, he's down on pit road.
Yeah, he's coming in. He might have some trouble with that truck there. Had to come in and get something taken care of. So, yeah,
so far, so good.
He took it behind the wall, actually.
Yeah, David Comstock out front. EJ O'Rourke still sitting in 2nd. Steve Goschak up in the 3rd. Mike Kelly's right there in the 4th place spot. Bobby Terrell up in 5th. Tommy Ryan. Well, I know that's one of your favorites along with Jose. And old Joe Hudson, he's still holding strong there in the 7th. But now he's got Nick Timms, Mr. 9 times. We're up behind him.
Well, he went flying by him right there around the outside there. The 51 looking good. Yeah, the 17 might have a little bit of damage hindering that truck, making him a little bit slower than these other guys. We're going to have to wait and see, how it works out for that 17. But, having that little bit of contact there, being a part of that wreck, that first caution. So he might have a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he's got a little bit on the left side, what it looks like on the front end. We'll just have to see how that transpires throughout the run here. Chad Coleman's trying to work over him on the inside. Nick Timms got around him. Well, Nick Timms, man, this past week, he said in the Cup, now this was funny, I talked to him before the Cup race here at Sim 500 this past Monday. They raced at Richmond. Well, I talked to him and he goes, I hate this track, I hate my car. Well, guess what? He ended up having a pretty good run that night.
Yeah, he might hate it because, he can't quite figure it out. But sometimes you got it figured out, you just don't know it. It just don't feel right. But, yeah, he walked away with that one, huh?
He did.
He's been moving up, man. He started 14th. Right now he's in 7th, so he's working his way up towards the front.
Definitely moving, looking good. Mr. 9 times himself on Nick Timms. Got that Hitman machine. In front of him, he's got Tommy Ryan. He's going to work over. We know Tommy knows how to drive one of these bad, fast things out here. And Bobby Terrell. Now, just to give you a little history lesson on Bobby Terrell, I know he's getting worked over by Tommy Ryan's right now, but Bobby Terrell came into the last year's Winter Series. And it was a phenomenal chase. Him and Malik Ray went to the end all the way. Bobby Terrell got into the chase, into the Winter Series, Gerald, by 1 point. He beat out Michael Guest, and if you know who Michael Guest is, he's actually a pro driver, and he beat him out to get in for the top 10, to get into the chase. Well, he started dead last in the chase, ended up going to the last race, and almost came up within like a position of taking a championship.
Wow.
So it was
That's
a
amazing.
phenomenal chase. Yes, it was.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. I never knew that. I'm glad you shared that with me, actually. That's awesome to know. But yeah, right now he's got Tommy Ryan breathing down his neck, but he's able to stand out in front of him. And, you know, I might have said that Joe might have a little bit of trouble, but you got to look. He's still battling, you know. He's battling a fast truck right there, the 20 of Chad Coleman. So it ain't too slow. It's just got a little wrinkle or something here and there that might be hindering his top speed, maybe causing him to be a tenth or so slower. But I mean, he's working that thing.
He is right now still. Like I say, Bobby's still sitting in fifth. Tommy Ryan's there in sixth. What's up, Commando? How you doing out there? Yeah, who let Water William Robinson in here? I like that. Good deal. Well, right now, good run here, Nick Timms, but David Comstock is the man out front. He's been there for quite a while, pretty much most of the race. EJ Rourke right there in second. Steve Goschalk in third. Looks like all these guys, I mean, you got to go back to about Chad Coleman, but most of them are all single file. I think right now, with about 37 laps into the tires, they're starting to see what they can do and what they can't do out here.
Yeah, about 10 or 15 laps in, you know, them tires start to come up to pressure, and you get to really see what your truck's going to handle like till the end of the fuel run. But yeah, the tires are getting nice and warm now, so they got to be very consistent on how they hit their marks. You know, and that average lap time really means a lot on long runs.
It does. Right now, we got a full, pretty good field out here. I'm showing about 28 cars. Sean Castro, Jason Swan, Nick Silver, Anthony Calatoni, and Josh Parker all out of the race here tonight, unfortunately. Now, you've got Sean Bounty, Dwight Beverly, and Doey Woods. They're still here out on the track. They're several laps down now. Sean can make up a couple positions. He could jump up from 27th to 25th just by staying out.
Yeah, he's not going to give up, especially being in the championship race on the bracket. Right now, he's about 2 laps down from gaining another position, so he's going to keep running, and you never know. Something might happen to Chad Coleman. You know, he's probably, you know, kind of not really wishing bad on him, but hey, you know, it wouldn't hurt Sean Bounty for something to happen to Chad Coleman. So, you know, as long as he's still here and he's still running around, he'll have that shot. And if it does happen, he'll take that spot from Chad Coleman and walk away with that championship for the Sim500 Bracket Challenge.
You know what? Sean Bounty really doesn't have a lot to lose. I don't want to say any of them doesn't, but Chad Coleman would have not only the bracket challenge, but he comes in here third in the points. Have a bad night tonight really hurts a lot in the chase. So that's something he doesn't want to have happen. Oh, you just saw the 87 right in front of Jose get a little wiggly and pop the wall.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting a little loose off. Yeah, but to keep up what you were saying, they are battling right up next to the wall. Actually, Jose and Justin Michael there down the front stretch, door to door there. And here comes the 82, and Chad Cole pulls right up to the inside of the 55, almost like he was tied to a stump. Bottom line seems to move. Jose kind of pushes up just a little bit, and then here comes the 87 powering back on the high side there, not wanting to give up that spot to Jose, and they're too wide behind them, so there's a fight.
Yes, it is. Boy, I tell you what, Jose got the donut machine. I think they're all out there trying to chase one. Hot now signs on the back of it. They want one. As they come out of the turn across the line, Jose's going to take that spot away over Justin Michaels. And I tell you, I think, man, right up front here, Tommy Rines was able to get around Bobby Terrell as he moves to the inside of him.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that, you know, I don't know if they do this here at the Sim500, but normally Chad Coleman would be the regular season points winner. You know, now they're into the chase, so it shakes it up a little bit. But he led the points all the way through the whole season, and, you know, this is really one of the first times he's ever been not number one in the points. So he's probably out there trying to make his way back up to the top. He ain't far behind. I believe he's like four points behind. So, EJ's leading. Jose's only 3 points behind him, and then Chad Coleman's only 4 points out, and then Timothy Johnson's only 7, and Joe Hudson's 14. So the top 5 are within 14 points of each other.
It's going to be tight heading on the way to the end before we crown a champion, I feel. And you just said right there, Gerald, yeah, he dominated through the whole season, owning the points lead the entire time just by being consistent. But you know, and I do know, points, well, they reset when chase time comes. And when that happens, sometimes step up. Most notably, on the Cup side of things, Chad Cole. Chad Cole was actually the most consistent driver all season long, staying in like the top 5, top 3 in the points. Well, I'm going to tell you what, in the last 2 races of the chase there, he has stepped it up, and it's just been a surprise, a whole new different attitude, so to speak. So maybe that's what we're seeing from like EJ and some of these other guys.
Yeah, you know, when you're safely locked into the chase, you might take it easy, but once the chase starts, it's time to go to work. You know, you put on your work boots, your work gloves, you go out there and you make it happen. One thing, you never give up, you know, so this means a lot to these drivers. You know, they put in a lot of hard work. You know, this ain't easy what they do, showing up week in and week out. I mean, this season has been a long season. You know, I don't know how many, let's see, what, 20, 23, 24 races or so. That's a long time and a lot of hard work.
Absolutely, and Mike Kelly just went around EJ O'Rourke for the second place spot. Steve Goschalk is still trying to figure out a way to get around him. But Mike Kelly's going to see if he can do anything with David Comstock. Man, David is just having a fantastic run. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Charlotte here is one of these tracks where, you know, it can make you look like a superstar coming out of here. It's a fun track. This is a place here I really enjoyed racing.
It is fun, you know, and that's why it makes for such a good race to watch. You know, even for NASCAR, I really enjoy it. I don't miss a race at Charlotte. I might fall asleep during it sometime, but
I do.
You know, it is a lot of fun. You know, these guys, they get to run side by side out there, and it's a really fast, high speed, high bank track. And oh no, Justin Fuller got in the wall there off of 2, and he might be ending his night.
Yeah, no caution here, but Jason Barham actually spun coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch, but he got off the track, bumps the wall, and kept going. Watching the replay here, just let the viewers, that's kind of caught it out the corner of my eye there. Sorry about that. But yeah, Justin Fuller, like you said, hitting the wall. And like I said, we talking about Charlotte. Well, I know, well, here you go, folks. This weekend, they're going to be back at Charlotte. But it's not going to be the normal oval. They call it the Roval. Why didn't they just say Charlotte Road Course? That just sounds, must be a marketing thing. But
it ain't cool, Joe. It's a new... It's 2018.
I know, but here's the thing. Did they say Indianapolis? Did they go Indianapolis Roval Oval? No, they say Indianapolis Road Course. See what I mean? Come on, man.
Yeah, and it sounds so much better than Roval anyways.
I know,
but
man.
I mean, I just think
like
it's
you're
a
talking
mistake.
about your dog.
Yeah, it's a mistake, though. I don't think they should be putting those cars out there on a road course, you know, and considering... You know, if it rains, they got to run the rain tire in the winter. I mean, come on now. This is NASCAR.
The only 2 tracks I say that should stay your road course style here in NASCAR is obviously Watkins Glen and Sonoma. They've been here for ages. I mean, I guess if we look at Riverside, that was way back in the day. But technically, I guess that would be considered your Sonoma now. But those 2 tracks have been synonymous to NASCAR, but when you start implementing other things, I mean, what is next? Are we going to run the Indianapolis Road Course? Because, well, they run Indianapolis. Are we going to run some of the other tracks? And I'm not saying that it's not a bad idea, but here's the thing. Boy, you got a lot of rumbling in the real NASCAR about that, so it's going to be interesting to watch and see. I'll probably check and tune into it a little bit. You know, obviously I'm a football guy, so I'm definitely going to watch that, but man, right now, we're here at Charlotte on the oval side of things tonight. It's been a good one so far as we're at lap 51 of 134, and only 1 caution here so far. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show it to y'all. Had a few little technical difficulties earlier on there, and I apologize for that. We got it back running real good. iRacing decided it wanted to take a caution for a moment, but as of right now, David Comstock, he owns the top spot.
Yeah, he's looking good out there, you know, and he's led 51 laps here. He's led all the laps here, so David Comstock's looking strong right now. And just to comment on what you said, I can't see how these NASCAR drivers can go to this Charlotte track and run the Roval. It would drive me nuts. I'd want to run the real race course. I mean, North Carolina's, the home of NASCAR,
Yep.
and to come here to Charlotte, which is the famous Charlotte Motor Speedway, and run the Roval, I just find it hard for these guys to do.
Absolutely. Well, a good comment out there by Justin. He was in the chase, and I didn't know that they're running a nighttime setup here, so maybe that's why they're so loose out here. Gerald, maybe you could chime in here, but he's saying he definitely does not like that. What does that do to the truck? I mean, hey, I'm talking to a truck champ here in iRacing. I mean, come on. I mean, what's that do to it?
Well, you take what you got and you roll with it. That's just part of the fixed setup. It really wouldn't bother me a whole lot, but some people might have a different opinion about it. I did take the OSR Network truck out for a little bit there earlier, and it wasn't too bad. A little tight, a little different, but you just gotta make do with what you got. It's almost like saying, when your crew chief sets up your truck. And you park it and say, I'm not going to drive it because I don't like what you did to it. That's probably not going to happen. But, you just got to take what you got and roll with it. And it ain't always perfect. Sometimes it's a little tougher than it should be. But, getting into the wall there, you probably want to bring it in there. You're not going to be competitive after that here at Charlotte. So, yeah, I don't blame you on that at all.
Pit stops. We got some coming in. Lap 55 here. Pit road is a busy place. Green flag. And John Marine, you're right. I agree with you out there right here talking about the subject of NASCAR and all, which obviously we're here with the Sim500, simspeedshop.com. Truck series here on the iRacing.com motorsport simulator here that simulates a great deal of what NASCAR does. And we're talking about the real race. They're coming up here because we're at Charlotte. And they're coming up here real this weekend for the run. What I would say the road course side of Charlotte, they call it the Roval, but you're right. You talk about Daytona. Yeah, imagine when are we going to see Daytona's road course open up to them? Indianapolis's road course open up, and it's just going to be, I don't know.
I hope not.
Yeah, well, I don't either, but I'm just saying that with the new guys in charge. Obviously, the rumbles of NASCAR is dying and blah, 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 which I don't really feel that it is. Obviously, anything, man, viewership goes down some, but they're trying to make it exciting. I get it, from a business standpoint. But, hey, we got an exciting one here on iRacing.
Oh yeah. And speaking of some drafting, they're going next week. They're going to Dover, then they're going to Talladega. So they got some drafting coming up here at Dega. These trucks are a blast there. It'll be race number 5 at Dega. So I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, Talladega. Love the plate track racing, and actually picked up a series on the weekend that just does super speedways, Gerald. So that's always exciting to see from Daytona to Talladega. Watch these guys back and forth, man, just hammer it out side by side, especially these trucks. Now, you get these trucks out there. Now, for me, up here in the booth, it's exciting. To the viewers, it's exciting to watch you guys inches upon inches, side by side, bumper to bumper. As a driver, not so much.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking at times. Right now, we're in the middle of green flag pit stops. Everybody's came in besides the top 6, I believe, maybe 7.
Dave Comstock's yet to come in. He's out there for 59, which Trey Edson alluded to out there. He's not sure. They run 75%, I think is what he said, fuel. That could take him a long way out here, but it'll be interesting to see when Mike Kelly and David Comstock does come in the pits or decides to here.
Yeah, Mike Kelly's coming in now, and don't forget your stuff got reset, so they've been out there for 39.
My bad.
No, you're good. I just wanted to remind you that 20 laps difference there, but 39 laps a long way to go. And Dave Comstock, he's coming down the backstretch now, but he ain't came in yet.
Yeah, as soon as they go into the pits here, it'll recycle itself though. But they still have been out there for a little bit. Dave Comstock yet to come in, Chad Coleman, and I'm showing up. But here he comes now. As I say that, Steve Goschalk is yet to come in. Bobby Wetzel, and Johnson Lockhart, and Dan Denayer. All I'm showing right now is the one's not coming in yet, as David Comstock is at this moment.
Yeah, and he nailed it, I think. I mean, he come in and it couldn't have been a better entry there on the pit row. I mean, good job by him.
Him and
Steve
Steve.
Gottschalk pulled in right behind him. But yeah, it's really hard. You know, I like watching these guys come on the pit road because it's the most difficult thing you're going to have to do here during the race. Get on and off pit road, especially on 39, 40 lap tires, being that hot and that expanded out. You know, it's really, really hard. Those trucks, they just want to slide. So, great job of all these drivers because a lot of times you'll see some trouble on pit road because of it.
Yep. You just saw David go by that blue line, folks. If you're new to iRacing, it's something they implemented here on the last build, about a couple builds ago. It's actually a commitment cone coming out of pit road. And it's really good because a lot of leagues always said, hey, look, don't enter pit road until you get to out of either turn 2 or in the backstretch. Well, iRacing did them a favor and put the commitment cone there. iRacing will throw a black flag on its own if you actually cross up on that thing too soon.
Yeah, and I got caught up with that last night in my league race, and I really don't think I deserved it, but I had to serve it. I mean, I don't know why. I had to go back and look and figure out why, but obviously I did something wrong, but it makes it for an extra race too. You get to race around the bottom of the track, you know. Some people take it easy. They lose a lot of time. You got to try to get every little bit you can get.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's just the thing. Some guys try to, you try to thread the needle. You try to do everything you can to get the most out of the performance you possibly can here. And sometimes, step over the boundary. Sometimes you're right there on the ragged edge and you're able to, to get away from it. It is what it is. It's racing. It's one of those deals. Right now, Nick Timms, the man out front. You got Tommy Ryan sitting in second. E.J. O'Rourke there in third. Justin Michael, he's up in the fourth. Timothy Johnson there in fifth. And Mike Kelly, sixth. That's going to put Dave Comstock back to seventh right now.
Yeah, they're on different pit strategies I see here.
They are.
Yeah,
now,
Nick Timms.
I guess I'm right now because I'm showing Nick Timms out there for 13 laps, right?
Yeah, you're right now. And, he's definitely on a totally different strategy than Dave Comstock, and just what Dave and Mike Kelly, they're on the same pit strategy. And just by Mike coming in a lap earlier or 2 laps earlier, it's going to put him almost 6 seconds or so ahead of a six tenths of a second, because he was out further than that. But
yeah, you're looking at Nick Timms right now. His last lap was a 32.234. If you're talking about Dave Comstock, his actual last lap was a 31.5. So you're talking about a solid second difference between the two.
Yeah, I was talking about Mike Kelly and Dave are on the same pit strategy, and Mike came in a lap or two before him.
Actually, Mike's going back now.
It put him way out in front, but Dave done ran him down and went around him there as they go around our bracket challenge participant.
I'm going to tell you, Gerald, I'm going to tell you, Dave's found something here tonight. He's been on rails, and he's coming through the field. He has definitely got this place figured out.
Oh, yeah, he is moving. Right now, he's got them 4 fresh feel goods. I bet they're feeling really good right now. He's creeping up on the back end of Timothy Johnston here real quick. Tim's been out there for about 6 more laps than him, so Tim's not going to fight him there. Dave will blow by him on the inside here. It's crazy how fast these tires fall off. It's usually about a tenth or so a lap that you fall off, and that's quite a bit. It's definitely different than over NASCAR, but it makes it interesting.
I'm glad you kept talking through there, because I was watching David Comstock's gap time between the leader and there for a split moment it was 666.
Oh yeah. He's closing it pretty quick.
He is. He's moving.
He's knocked 3/10 off since you said that.
Well, the last time I'm looking at the lap times, he ran a 32.090, but he did go had to pass a few cars there, so it's kind of slowed him down. Tommy Ryan is the man up front right now over Nick Timms, who was ran a 32.1. Now I believe those two might be up here battling a little bit. That might have alluded to them slowing down. So that's going to help David. Now, he's still 5.7 seconds back. Now, he'll be able to run him down here shortly.
Yeah, with them being 6 laps, newer tires on Tommy Ryan's truck, Dave's still only 3/10, but 3/10 in 6 laps, that's quite a bit. But
Oh
there's
yeah.
a difference there.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, you got to look. I mean, watching the time gap here. David's back there. Now, don't count out E.J. O'Rourke. He's still sitting in third. He's wanting to come out of here tonight with a good points lead. He's leading the points coming in. Chad Coleman is third in points right now. And I keep forgetting who the man is in second. Remind me again.
Nick Timms.
Nick
Oh,
Tim.
and the points?
Yeah, the points.
Yeah, Jose. 3
Jose.
points.
You know what? I'm sorry, Jose, if you go back and watch. It ain't that I'm forgetting about you. It's just I'm forgetting about you.
Well, he knows I ain't.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Jose right now, he's coming in second. So actually, you've got first, second, and third all kind of in a line again. So if it ended right now, it would stay like it was coming in. E.J. O'Rourke would own the points lead. Jose Gonzalez would be still in second. And Chad Coleman right there. But now Chad Coleman, he's moving up there. He's got a little bit newer. He's running down that man of Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah, right. Right now. Oh, right now he's in ninth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm looking at, you was talking about pit strategies. The difference between them two is about 5 laps difference. Chad Coleman, he's been out there for about 10 laps, 11 laps. Jose's been out for about 16. I'm looking at the lap time difference, about 7/10 difference. Now, the difference in time between them is probably, for calculations, is right 2.5 seconds maybe.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Yeah, but, well, actually, it's a little less now, but yeah. 1.5. How's that?
Take your socks off, Joe. Come on.
Yeah, I need to do that. Let me go in there and borrow my wife's foot for a minute. I need to borrow hers.
Yeah, you need some more toes.
That's right, no doubt. No doubt. Well, Jose's looking good.
You're right.
He's still up in the 8th. Bobby Terrell still sitting there in 7th. Timothy Johnson up in the 6th. Mike Kelly 5th. Dave Comstock, he is trying to move up. He's 4 seconds behind the leader. In 4th, Nick Timms. He's battling up there in the 3rd place spot. E.J. O'Rourke has moved around him, so E.J.'s definitely trying to pick up as many points as he can to capitalize coming out of here. Tommy Rhines is leading it, though. Why, so that's actually Tommy, man. I tell you, that guy, he knows how to run a truck.
Yeah, he's got something figured out right now, but what's going to be the deal breaker here is the pit strategy, considering they're on different strategies. So we're going to have to wait, see what happens there. But right now, Tommy Ryan, he's holding on to that lead, and he is a strong truck. The 66 looking good out front. EJ, too. I mean, EJ, Tommy Ryan, and Nick Timms, your top 3. They're all on the same pit strategy pretty much. Nick Timms may be on a little different strategy than everybody else because he ran a little bit different strategy. He went in about 4 laps before they did, so it's kind of the same but a little different. So
Trying to look, I don't think anybody can make it the whole entire way from this point.
no, they'll have to stop one more time.
That's what I was thinking. Now, think there'll be any gamblers out there for 2 tires?
Absolutely not, especially after what Justin Fuller said.
And I'm with you on that one. I mean, I know, and the reason I ask that, I always ask it all the time to you, but I always kind of know what the answer is because you've always said 4 tires of fuel for you all the time. But again, as hard as it is to pass here, you would think somebody would. But me personally, I just don't think the gamble's worth it. But hey, I'm not in the truck, so you never know.
Yeah, it's like you said, a gamble, and it's a risky gamble sometimes.
Sean Bounty has moved up into 20th position. He has been able to capitalize on a few spots. Looks like Justin Michaels is out of the race, and actually he could get that spot too there. Chad Coleman is right there at 8, so if you're keeping an eye on the bracket challenge, there is no points, no bonus points there. It's whoever finishes in front of whoever. So it's not over with at this point right now because Sean Bounty's only 13 laps down. Obviously, we got a lot more laps to go in this race, so anything can happen to Chad Coleman. But boy, he would have a lot to lose if he got caught up in a wreck. I mean, he's coming in here 3rd in points, not that far off from EJ, and as good as EJ and Jose Gonzalez is running, he definitely needs to come out here and be stout.
Yeah, and the 20 always runs strong at the end. He ends up finding his way up through the field one way or the other. So, I'm looking forward to seeing him at the end. I guarantee you, he's going to give it everything he has here tonight. He's got to work hard. You know, not like before the chase started. He really didn't have to work real hard. He could start in the back and do what he wanted to do. He had a nice cushion there for as his points lead was getting huge there. It was over 100 points, so he really didn't have a whole lot of pressure on him. And now that the chase has started, it's a totally different story. So he's out there working tonight, and he's looking good, running strong in the top 10.
No doubt about it. Now look at old Bobby Wetzel's truck out here. He's got the Hardee's machine, and it just reminds me back. Got another guy in another series that runs the Carl's Jr.'s truck, which is basically Hardee's. They're owned by the same company. It's just I think out west are called Carl's Jr. and here over the east side it's called Hardee's. But
Yep.
it just reminds me because the other dude runs a big burger on the back of his truck, and I call it the burger machine. I had a nice looking truck. It takes back to the Kel Yarborough days.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to admit though, Hardee's is, you know, I'm not a big fan of fast food, but if I had to go to a Hardee's, it wouldn't hurt me too bad.
No doubt about it. Well, you know, I did hear today, we're on the subject real quick. Arby's just purchased Sonic.
Didn't they?
$2.3 billion.
Yeah, I can't believe you gave them that much money. You let them borrow that. That's crazy, Joe.
Yeah, it was out. I don't know. I just happened to read it down there in the news today, and it was wow. It just got me in the conversation because looking at the sponsor out there on the truck. So, wow, just awesome news. Love the milkshakes there at Sonic and whatnot. Love the roast beefs at Arby's. So, awesome.
I wish I was in Los Angeles, Dascar, California.
Lost it.
He said Carl's
That's a
Jr.
little far,
here in
man.
L.A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Carl's Jr. Yeah, more. Carl's Jr.'s is more your West Coast. Hardee's is more your East Coast. They're
Yeah.
owned by the same company, really, basically the same restaurants, but just two different names. And then it's just kind of that's the difference of how you distinguish between the two. But kind of interesting to see the sponsors. I get on that kick. I look at all these sponsors. Some of these guys run, you know, real style sponsors out here. Their own companies, their own things that they run. Obviously, like the kick-ass beef jerky there that Jason Barham runs, who is one of the main sponsors here. And, you know, they sent us some samples of that there, Gerald. I tell you, that's some spicy.
I love spicy. I usually eat spicy. If
It was spicy.
they
It
say
definitely
original or spicy, I'm going spicy every time.
It was spicy. It was some good stuff. And definitely, man, you know, enjoyed it. And, you know, they're coming on as a title sponsor here for the Winter Series for the guys here at Sim500. It's definitely going to be interesting. I love it here at iRacing. A lot of leagues have got the new style sponsors. Obviously, we got SimSpeedShop.com on board here at OSR Network. Been on board here the whole entire 2018 season. We gave away a handbrake here, and actually it was Tim Matthews was the man who won it here in the Sim500 on the Wednesday night.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Congratulations. I didn't know that.
He did use it in
But
the
the whole
booth.
time we've been talking, Comstock, he's been out there working, man. He's starting to close in on our leader, Tommy Ryan.
A matter of time before he capitalizes and takes that top spot away from him. I see he was right there on his back deck. Said, yeah, you were here that night when he won.
Well, I got a short-term memory, Joe. I got a lot going
I
on.
ain't got a memory. Paddle for the lead, David Comstock. He takes it, boy. No fight from Tommy. I think he understands he's on a lot older tires there. He's just going to fall back in line behind him. But Tommy Rines drops back to second place. David Comstock out front. Mike Kelly still sitting in third. E.J. O'Rourke there in fourth. Chad Coleman up in the fifth. Nick Timms going to battle it up to sixth. Bobby Terrell seventh. Steve Goschak hanging on to the eighth place spot. Jose Gonzalez ninth. And Timothy Johnson rounds the top 10.
Nice top 10, man. And I think I seen Tommy Ryan waving around a white flag or something
probably
when
wish he
Comstock
was.
pulled up on him. And, well, not that white flag.
Oh, yeah, I surrender. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this, man. They love it. Let's go high and wide. Let's break out the Blimpie cam. That's what we call it, the Blimpie cam. Gives you a good perspective of the facility and just how far apart these guys here are on the track. And Gerald always got to say it. You like Blimpie?
Nope.
No. Okay. That's the honest answer. Well, I tell you what, it's one of them happy words. You can't be mad, say Blimpie. I give a challenge out there all the time that if you get mad, get in an argument or something, yell out Blimpie. I guarantee it's going to change the outcome of what's said. Or they're going to look at you funny. Or Run through Walmart yelling Blimpy. Somebody definitely going to look at you strange. But either way, that's what we call it here at OSR Network. Online simracingnetwork.com, your home for fun and exciting sim racing. A Blimpy cam, folks, and everybody loves it.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you got other people calling it Blimpy.
I do. Well, John Marine out there in the chat, he goes, yay, Blimpy. Oh,
Blimpy
man.
cam, people love, your little Blimpy cam. So I think it's pretty cool, and you're right, it does. It gives you a great idea of how far apart they are, and gives you a good look at what the facility has to offer.
No doubt. I like that. Get your Blimpy rage quits ready. That's right. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you what, you're out there raging. Say Blimpy to somebody one time, and they're just going to look at you and go, huh?
Yeah, that's what I said one day.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, it works. I mean, it changes the subject for sure.
It does. They'd be like, what in the world is wrong with you? Y'all for medication or something? Then you just say, yeah, and that really changes the conversation, but for another day.
That's right.
Oh, David Comstock out front, Tommy Ryan's in second. Mike Kelly has moved up into third. E.J. O'Rourke's falling back, and that puts Chad Coleman right there in fifth. So you got the points leader, E.J. in fourth, third place man in points, sitting in fifth right now.
Yeah, and Chad Coleman, Mike Kelly, and Dave Comstock, they're all in the top five, and they're all on the same pit strategy.
Absolutely. And so that's going to leave, we're at lap 90 here, 134. We're winding down here to finish this one out here at Charlotte tonight for the Sim500. Simspeedshop.com truck series here on the Wednesday night, and race 3 of the chase. And we're talking about the chase runners here as E.J. O'Rourke comes into this one as the points leader. He's running fourth. Chad Coleman's third, and he's running fifth. Jose Gonzalez, the man, in second. He's back in the 8th place, but this guy right here, nobody's been able to do anything with. David Comstock put it on pole, and he has definitely been the one to beat here all night long.
Yeah, he started first, and he's been running up front the whole time. The pit strategies or whatnot got him mixed up there for a little bit, but he found his way back up there where I would say he belongs because, he's got a really quick truck. And, like I was saying earlier, a lot of the guys that haven't won in a while, he's one of them. He does have 2 wins, though, this season because he won at Homestead. It was race 13. And he won at Dover on race 6. So he's definitely due here at race number 24 to get him a win. And he's looking good. It's looking good for Dave Comstock to get that win.
So far, so good. He's been out there front for most of the race. As Tommy Ryan's right there in second along with him. And as I say that, Mike Kelly moves around into the second place spot. They're going to battle it out. Let's kind of look. Sean Bounty has moved up to 19th right now. So he's trying to do everything he can, and he's maybe just on a wing and a prayer. He's hoping Chad Cole has some problems. But, as of right now, everybody's kind of just single filed out. And I say that, Chad Coleman is running down E.J. O'Rourke there for that 4th place spot.
Yeah, Chad Coleman's fast. I mean, like I said, he's going to – they're actually getting ready to come in, I would say, anytime here in the next 5 or maybe 10 laps. I wouldn't say they stay out any more than 10 more laps, so it's probably going to be sooner than later. But he made one heck of a run up towards them there on this pit stop or this pit cycle. EJ's on a little bit older tires than him, so of course he's going to have a little bit of an advantage there.
It looks like he's looking on the inside, coming out of 4. He's going to look to take that spot. Not what EJ wants to see, but not a lot he can do about it. It looks like about 6 lap difference in the tires. They'll go duking it out side by side. Let's see if at a high line. John Bounty, the lower car, but Chad Cole makes the pass.
Yeah, we got about, 39 laps to go, and they've been running about 39, 40 laps, some of them a little less than that. So, like I said, pit stops is about to start popping off here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And, John brought up something interesting in the chat earlier. You gotta love John Marine. He knows a lot of great stuff, and he always gives us a lot of great information. But he said, Charlotte was pretty much, everybody loves Charlotte, and that's why we have a lot of the cookie cutter style tracks like Charlotte, because of how much people love Charlotte. They kind of build their stuff based off of the way Charlotte is built. It's a lot of fun out there.
And you know what? And then just to allude on that too, and I know they use this place as a benchmark for a lot, but it still seems like even though those tracks have done it, they just don't have the feel that Charlotte has for some reason. Some of those tracks, they might drive like it, look like it, and the layout might be like it, but for some reason this place here is kind of unique to the feel of a driver. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's just a pavement, or maybe just a slight banking or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just the
they nailed it.
atmosphere. Who knows?
It's a perfect track. I mean, it is a smooth track too. That's really important in racing. Is to have a smooth track, at least for the driver's sake. The fans' sake, they might want to see some wrecks or whatnot. Then you want to go to like a bumpy track like Kentucky used to be. Thankfully they fixed Kentucky, but
Rocking.
yeah, this is a very smooth, fast track. A lot of race, and the banking's perfect. Everything is good about Charlotte. But we got a lot of people on pit row here. Bobby Terrell, Scott Simley, Chad Cole. They're coming down into their pits.
BJ O'Rourke's already made his pits coming off pit road right now, so he's looking to see if he can't make up some time as we're getting down here to the last of it. They can make it the whole entire way. We've got about 35 laps here left here tonight. Everybody definitely can make it with one more stop. David Comstock has yet to come in. He's been out for 38 laps. So even if he made a pit now, he definitely would be able to come into the pit stop. Here comes Chad Coleman on pit road.
Yep, Chad came in too. Great stop by him as well. He came in. He was third when he came in.
Yep. Let's see when David Comstock's going to decide. He was one that stayed out pretty late last time. Mike Kelly's moving it down on pit road. Be interesting to see how long David stays out there, which really didn't matter last time. I mean, he was able to run down. The problem is it took him a little bit to run him down. He does not want me personally. I would see these other guys. I would come in now. I don't want to give up time.
He's got to come in. Yeah, he should have came in yesterday.
I'm like, I don't want to come in because I don't know if you agree. Well, he did. There he goes coming in now because what happened last time, he got so far behind, he might not have that time to catch back up this time.
I agree, yes. And I think he stayed out a lap too long, but then again, he's got a fast truck, so he can catch back up, right?
As long as he don't run out of time. That's time is the big.
That's right.
Now, obviously, a caution would mess everything up, but if it runs out green, it took him a solid probably 10 to 12 laps to run Tommy Rines down from about a 8-second deficit or whatnot. So if he gets back that far, I'm watching Tommy right now as he already passed him. He's back on the lead lap. So we're going to see what's going to happen right here. He actually just passed David Comstock, who is coming out of pit road now. Let's see what the interval is going to be between the two here. What's going on, Claudia? Or Brewer, how you doing out there from Kansas City? What's going on?
Kansas,
right.
That's not Hayesville.
Hayesville, yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching.
No doubt. Let's see what's going to happen here. Tommy Ryan, just how far ahead as he crosses the line. I'm kind of curious. He's showing 4.1 seconds. So I feel like David probably that was a smart move, because if he'd have stayed out much longer, he would have been in that 8 and 9 second bracket and probably would have ran it out of time. But at 3 seconds now, I think he's got plenty of time to run Tommy down.
Yeah, but on the flip side, if he'd have came in another lap before, he still would have been 5, maybe 2 laps before he could have came in. He could have came in a lot sooner than he did and came out the leader and came in the leader. But the way he did it, he made it to where he can run as hard as he wants to now for the last, I'd say, 32 laps he's going to have to run or so. He'll be able to put the power down as much as he can and see if he's going to have to try to run him down, and I think he's got a great shot at it. He's only 2.5 seconds back there off of Tommy Ryan, the 66, and he got up. And, Mike Kelly looks strong too, so Mike Kelly, he's even got fresher tires than Dave Comstock.
Talking about David Comstock running him down, he might have to run too hard because his lap times are a solid 0.3 faster.
Yeah, what he's going to have to do is run from the 2. Mike Kelly, I'm telling you, Mike Kelly has a few laps better tires. 5 laps is a lot of laps better, fresher tires will have. Problem is, he's a little bit back from Dave Comstock, but he's only, I think, 1.6, 1.7 seconds behind Dave. So I think Mike Kelly has a great shot at getting a victory here tonight if they can run down Tommy Ryan. Tommy Ryan's really good on the long run. So, I'm not going to say Tommy Ryan is going to lose this one. It's Tommy's race to lose. Right now, he looks good up front.
He does. Well, right now, Tommy, though, I'm looking at lap time, ran 31.7 there to a 31.4 of David. So I think it's just a matter of time before David runs down. If you look at Mike Kelly, he ran a 31.6 and ran a 31.7 right there. So he's dropping pace just a little bit. It's actually the fastest guy on the track. It's actually David Comstock right here. Hey, we appreciate you tuning in there, Dascar. It says first live stream out there from Los Angeles. Awesome.
Yeah, that is so awesome. That's one place I'd really love to go, out there to California. So, hey, man, we love to see you out there from the West Coast. But I would like to bring something up, and from a driver's perspective. If you're Tommy Ryan right now and you know that Dave Comstock's going to probably catch you, all right, and Dave Comstock, he is running as hard as he can. He is burning them tires up trying to get to you. Then now's the time to save some of that tire so that you'll have some when he gets to you. So say Dave Comstock uses his tires up to catch Tommy, and Tommy's been saving his. Tommy's going to be a lot cooler than Dave's. Dave's is going to be blistering hot, and they're going to be ready to rock. But Tommy Ryan going to have them cooler tires, so he might be able to hold him off. Then again, it's always tough to hold off somebody on newer tires, especially the difference between their tires. You're talking 12 lap difference, and that is if Tommy can make it. Tommy, he's been out there for 12 laps.
I think he can. It's gonna be close. That's it. You're right. It's gonna be close on that one. And I gotta ask, why you want to go to Los Angeles?
Oh, because I've never been there, Joe. Come on now.
I don't want to go.
Never been out west. Oh no, we're under caution.
Let's see what happened.
That hurts. Looks like it's going to be Doug Sigmund, the 06 truck.
All right, let's go back on Doug here and see what happened to him. Good old Doug. Yep, spotted out right there. He's actually coming out of pit road.
Yeah, that's...
did he lose it coming off pit road, or we'll watch the replay here and see?
Yeah, no, he was going down into one. You'd have to go back. Or hold on.
Coming off pit road. No, he actually did it coming off pit road. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow. Okay. Well, and that's easy to do. A lot of people are like, well, how in the world can you do that? Well, you're coming off on fresh tires. You slam down on that thing. You're still in lower gears. Yep, he had 2 tires. Well, there we go. There's some question about 2 tires. But either way, he's in the lower gears. Comes off, you hit the throttle a little bit, coming around the turn a little too hard, and you can spin it out real easy. Now's the question time. Do you come in and pit?
Oh, yeah, everybody's coming in for sure.
What about that theory with Tommy Ryan's David Comstock now?
It's all out the window. Everything's out the window now. It's a new slate. So everybody's going to fill it up, put 4 fresh tires on there, and it's going to be a race. No more pit strategy. So all that hard work they were doing, coming up with those strategies, all those crew chiefs and teams did, all that stuff goes in the garbage. Now it's all up to the driver here. We'll give you all we can do. We can fill it up with fuel if you want us to. If you don't want us to, we won't. And we'll give you 4 tires to hold off some of them hard chargers.
The biggest thing, David Comstock has the best pit stall here, and he's going to have that advantage. Let's see if Tommy Ryan's can capitalize here on pit road, maybe get a good stop in and off. Actually, no, David Comstock goes for the 2-tire stop. Let me know how that feels, because Tommy Ryan's does come out and sack it with 4 tires. I got to ask, Gerald, what do you think?
I think that Dave Comstock's got a lot of work to do, especially here at Sim500. To be able to pull that off here, that's going to be really, really tough. Now, granted, he only had 9 laps on his tires, right?
Let me ask you this. Ask real quick. Now, we can all play devil ask up here all day long, and obviously he could win this race still by doing this. But my question on it, there's a lot of time left. in this race, those 4 tires are definitely going to pay off, and we've seen them pay off all night long. You've dominated a lot of this race. You've got one of the fastest trucks out there. To pull a move off like this, how confident does he have to be?
Well, he definitely feels confident, or he wouldn't even attempt it. I think he's going to have a problem because here's the thing. At a track like this, the left front tire really does a lot of work here at keeping you stuck to the bottom and pulling you off the corner and down around the corner. So that left front tire is doing a lot of work. So, he's probably got about, a 95% tire, say, or 94% left front and
Right.
left rear tire. But then again, he's up against 100%. They got 100% brand new tires.
It only gets worse.
They're trying to get the stickers off their tires now, Joe.
And it only gets worse as the run goes on down. And my biggest question, I understand maybe somebody like Tommy Rines or E.J. O'Rourke making a call like that, being marred back midway or right there in the pit road area. But David Comstock, the best pit stall, the best, stop in there, dominating one of the fastest trucks to do it. Again, we could sit up here and say, don't move all day long, won't work. And he could prove us wrong. He could come out of here and be a bullet. So we don't know until it starts.
That's right, and that's part of doing the 2-tire stop, right? So the 2-tire stop is like this. You're either going to be faster because your car loosens up a little bit, or you're just going to get outran because they got more grip than you.
Yep.
So it just depends on how you work that.
Curious to hear out there in the chat. I know Trey Edson and all them. Actually, Justin Fuller, if he's still watching, he knows how this truck is handling out there, what his feeling is on maybe the 2 tires there. But we're about to put all that question to hush here as the lights are off on the pace car. We're going back to green flag racing, and we're going to have 20 laps to go in this one. So still plenty time for Tommy Rines. The cautions definitely would help out, David, because it'd keep those tires actually a lot cooler.
They rack these things back up, and they're getting ready to send them off hammer down into turn 1, and we're going to find out right then and there if it's 2 tires or 4. And it's going to be tricky on the restart as well. Dave's got to watch out. He might spin them up.
Here we go. Pace car's coming out of turn 4. It's going to take that hard left turn off on pit road. David Comstock, who has dominated most of this race tonight, took a gamble with 2 tires. Let's see if it pays off. Probably, I'm got a feeling will for at least maybe a lap or 2. He's got to be careful. He don't want to spin the tires, and he does it slightly as that lets E.J. O'Rourke get a good jump and a run on him on that inside. Now we're going to see if the 4 tires pay off or the 2 does, going out of turn 2 and turn 1.
Yeah, nice start there by Dave, but also nice start there by EJ. And EJ, he's been on these restarts tonight. We've only had 2 of them, but EJ's got a great reaction time. He knows when these guys are going to go. It's almost like he can hear them. Think about it.
Right now, he is stalking the leader, David, out there. And those guys behind him definitely want to try everything he can. Can EJ pull this victory off here tonight? Or will Tommy Rines be able to get around him? Now, what David would love is for those guys to get back there, start battling, and use those tires up.
Yeah, and Tommy Ryan had a, not so great there restart, and just that little bit that he messed up on right there, to get that back out on the track is going to take him 5 times the amount of work that it would be if he could have just got a better restart off the start. Now he's got his hands full because Mike Kelly and Nick Timms are side by side right behind him there.
Yeah, he has fallen off the pace, but Mike Kelly's on the inside of Nick Timms. They're going to battle it out and go side by side as E.J. O'Rourke is still trying to run down. David Comstock's holding them off, not as far as he's been all night long, but he is definitely holding them off right now with the 2 tires. It's just going to be interesting to see as laps wind down, can he continue to hold those guys off behind him?
Right now, he's able to do it. It's still early into the run. They got a long way to go. About 18 laps left, so we'll find out what happens with that. And it looks like Nick Timms going to win the battle between him and Mike Kelly.
Yes, he is. Nick Timms moves up in the 4th. Mike Kelly back in the 5th. Chad Cole and Jose Gonzalez is duking it out. That's some 2 points runners right there. 2nd, 3rd place in the points, respectively, battling it out side by side for 6th and 7th place. So we got some good battles going on the track here all over the place.
Yeah, they're going to fight it out right here. Ain't nobody letting nobody go. This is a battle up here the top three in the points, these two. So right now it looks like Jose's got a nice run there on the outside. He's got a little bit of help there behind him, Bobby Terrell. So it shows you which line's the fastest. Looks like the high line is nobody behind Chad Cole down there. Chad Coleman on the bottom, but Chad making it work there as they go drag race down the backstretch. The 26 starting to pull away a little bit there, and Chad falls back in line.
Yep, absolutely. You got to look right now. I think Tommy Rhines is a touch faster than E.J. O'Rourke. It's just a matter of getting around him. If he could get around him, it might be all or not there for David. Now, Justin out there said he should be fine. It isn't. Yeah, you're right. It's tight to pass here, so that's another thing. Charlotte is not an easy place to get around. It's just going to be interesting to see as the laps winds down here. Can they get it? Because we already see Tommy Rhines right there. I feel he's faster than EJ. He just can't get around him.
Tommy's starting to pick it back up as he dives it down to the inside. Now it's the 41 and the 66 side by side. As they come off turn number 4, Tommy had to let out of it a little bit there. He's going to fall in behind him, but he still looks really strong. He took one stab at it, man, and you know it's really hard to pass on the outside. As long as Dave can block that high line, you know these guys are going to have to figure out how they can get their nose in there between Dave and the wall to take that high line away from him. Unless they can do it on the bottom, but from what it sounds like, they're going to have to get around there on the outside there. But you know that's one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, Tommy Ryan right there had to get out of it, lost a lot of momentum to Nick Timms because he almost got in the back end, pushed up the track into the back of E.J. O'Rourke. Everybody is protecting that high line. You're right. I definitely agree with you there. They're going to have to get it done kind of middle low if they can get alongside of him. I got to see what happens here. Now, if they do get alongside, they might have a little bit better tires, but laps are winding down. We're getting close to 10 to go here.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll get down there and I'll take that inside line instead of the outside line, but I'll run the middle of the track. I won't go to the bottom. I'll push them up a little bit in the corner and try to use the middle of the track to keep my momentum up instead of running down there on the bottom. You know, if you let them pinch you down, you're definitely not going to be able to make that pass. But these top 5 trucks are stacked up right now as Dave Comstock comes off turn number 2 with E.J. O'Rourke, Tommy Ryan, Nick Timms, and Mike Kelly all in tow.
Yes, it is, and I got a feeling, I feel the guys behind him might be a touch faster than David is out front. He's doing an outstanding job protecting the lines there, but you can see coming off the turns, they get the bite that he can't get coming off of it. They get a run going down the front stretch. It's going into the turns where he's able to make a little separation on them, but here goes E.J. O'Rourke. Can he get a run this time by, or is it going to be Tommy Rhines who's going to be able to get around, or can Nick Timms maybe get up there in the last few moments as we're coming here with 10 to go? Here comes E.J., looks to the inside.
Yeah, I doubt he's going to move to the inside, though. It looked like he kind of just getting down there to see what Dave would do. If Dave tries to go for the block, maybe you can, you know, pull a juke move or whatever they call it. You know, juke them out, fake them out, and get to that high side, take that outside line. The 41 right now, he's knocking on the door, and he's got people knocking on his as well as Nick Timms looks to the inside of Tommy Ryan off 2.
Right now, I think David Comstock understands he's in trouble. He is battling for everything he's worth, blocking every line he possibly can, because E.J. O'Rourke is definitely chewing up that back tailgate. He is a lot faster. Just don't want to get into him is the thing he doesn't want to do. Don't want to wreck him or anything. That's not the kind of racing they want to do. He wants to pass him. Right now, the 42 machine up front's doing everything he possibly can do to hold on to the top spot, and he's doing an outstanding job, but he knows he's in trouble with those tires.
Here comes Nick Timms back on the bottom with 10 to go. Oh, can't do it. Has to back out of it and slide back in line. Tommy Ryan drafting. Looks like he's pushing the 41 down into 3 here. Oh, man, this is getting hot.
Right now it is. E.J. O'Rourke's feeling the pressure from Tommy Rhines on the inside. They're holding on the outside. Like I said, coming off forward, that high line is the place to be. Boy, if David holds off to this one, he'll look like $1 million out there. Right now, he's got the truck to beat, but he knows he's got one mistake, one slip, is all it's going to take, and those guys are going to be right there on his inside.
Mike Kelly tried to get to the inside of Nick Timms there. He couldn't do it either. As we see, the bottom line just fails every time it does it. What Dave Comstock wants to see is Tommy Ryan get up next to E.J. O'Rourke. He don't want to see Nick Timms and Tommy Ryan battling because that leaves E.J. there all alone to try to make a move on Dave Comstock. Dave wants to see somebody battling for that number 2 spot. If they can go side by side, Dave Comstock might be able to hold them off for 8 more laps, but we got 8 to go here.
Yes, we do. Charlotte, Sim500, simspeedshop.com. This is the battle for the lead. The man up front, he's dominated most of this race. The guys behind him are all on, well, they're all on a lot fresher tires than what the leader was on. He actually sitting on two tires there. Maybe not quite as fast, but can E.J. O'Rourke, as they cross the line here this time by, E.J.'s going to try it again. He ran off, but that high line is where it's at. Look at Mike Kelly down low, man, battling with old Tommy Ryan.
Yeah, Mike Kelly looks like he's going to get around to 51, but they're definitely going to be side by side going into 3. I can't believe they're not pushing them up the track a little bit more. They really don't even have to push them because they're running so high up on the track. He could actually move up another lane there and have a little bit more speed. But right now, Mike Kelly's powering by on the inside here because he's about to take that number 3 spot from Tommy Ryan as they dive off into 1.
Outstanding racing going on. You are 2 by 2 right here. E.J. O'Rourke's in second. Mike Kelly sitting there in third. Tommy Ryan's the 4th, but Nick Timms sitting in 5th. All of them are side by side. I got a feeling these guys are stacking up here a little bit because they understand that David Comstock, they don't want to run him over. They don't want to get in the back of him. That's not how they want to race. They want to pass him straight up clean. EJ's had a couple times he could get up there and put the bumper to him. Don't want to win it that way. David's doing an outstanding job holding them off. Behind him, boy, there are some angry animals. If Mike Kelly can clear them, man, I feel like he might get up here and give a challenge to David.
Mike Kelly's showing them how to do it on the bottom right now because he is sending it down in there. He's gaining a lot of track on him on entry right there. He's getting right up next to him and a little contact. The 41 hangs on to it. Oh no.
What a driving job, man. Wow, that was a driving job. And Tommy Ryan falls back, though, on it. E.J. O'Rourke back to 5th. But what an outstanding driving job by the 41 there, who he held on to. The problem is that let Mike Kelly get around him. And Mike Kelly's going to say, I've been doing it on the low line, my friend. You can keep the high line all you want. You're on older tires, no caution out. If a caution did come out, and put an end to it. Kelly drives it on the inside. Oh, David puts the block on him. Well, I'm going to tell you what, I got to say, man blocks me like that. One time's fine. You do it again, I'm going to put a bumper in the back end of you.
Yeah, it looked like Mike got a nice run down in there, you know. And the messed up thing about it is Mike Kelly's been passing guys with 4 tires there on the bottom. Dave Comstock, he's only got those 2 new tires. So Dave
came off the turn wiggly. Did you see that,
full.
Gerald? David Comstock came off the turn that time. He's losing that back end, and he knows it. Now he's in trouble. He's got a side-by-side battle. He's going to try to pinch that number 2 machine down. Can Mike Kelly pull this thing out here tonight at Charlotte? Boy, this is what you call a duel right here up here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Hey, Mike Kelly didn't lead that time by, but I got a feeling he's going to be leading next time by as Dave just backs out of it and gives it away here. Mike Kelly, we got a new leader with 2 to go, Joe.
Yes, we do. Mike Kelly brought it from the inside, showed the guys how to get it done. E.J. O'Rourke with an awesome save of the night there. Man, got a little contact, but everybody was stacked up. Look at Mr. 9-time Nick Timms. He's going to try to work over the 42. You can already see those 2 tires are just not working out. He's losing that back end on that truck, and I had a feeling if it didn't go to caution, that's what was going to happen. Final time here, Gerald, for Mike Kelly. Can Nick Timms get up there and do something?
Man, you know, and Dave, he almost had it. Just think if this would have been over 2 laps ago, he'd have won that because he led that lap 2 laps ago, but it was 2 more laps that he couldn't do it, and Mike Kelly ran away with this one. But Nick Timms looks good. I got a feeling if there was 1 more lap.
Final time out of the turn here. Mike Kelly's going to put it across the line and win it here tonight at Charlotte. Nick Timms is going to hang on in a second. Dave Comstock will come up in the third. Jose Gonzalez is going to finish this thing in 4th. Wow, what a return on that one. E.J. O'Rourke 5th. Chad Coleman. So your top 3 in points are all 4, 5, and 6. So that is a tight battle about to happen. But, man, that was some stellar racing there for the last 10 laps.
Great finish to a great race. You know, it was an exciting finish there. I enjoyed it. Congratulations to Chad Coleman, man, the Sim500 bracket challenge winner.
Yes, he is. Absolutely. Man, what a race that was. Ooh, and the two-tire stop almost paid off. I just had a feeling that maybe they were going to give up, but man, it was an awesome call. He came out of here with a good one. I know he's going to be disappointed in didn't win, but still, good call on his end. It got him up there and almost got him to win out of this thing tonight.
Yeah, he's going to put it on the podium, but just think, if he had, 2 laps shorter, the race was 2 laps shorter, he'd had that win by a nose, barely, but he'd have got the win. But great job, man, by Dave, and, he finishes third, so.
Yep. Now, here's the thing. Mike Kelly, early on in the season, he had a mishap. And he messed up, was really going to win the race, and then jumped off in the pit road. Something happened on his end. But he's going to bounce back and win this thing here tonight. So he could bounce back. I'm trying to find David Comstock. Don't see him. Don't see him.
Yeah, he's usually a little later.
Oh, there he is. Never mind.
There he is.
All right, well, let's bring up the third place man here, David Comstock, who had pretty much the best car out there, led 98 laps all night long. So let's bring him up here. He'll turn his mic back on as soon as we get up here. We'll bring him up here and let's get a talk with him.
Hey, Mr. Comstock, it's Jay Weezy. You got a copy?
Hey.
Hey, man, you had a fast 42. The racingbiz.com, Gary Mercer Truck and Chevrolet was fast tonight. Finishes third after starting on the pole. Hey, man, if the race was 2 laps shorter, you'd have had that win.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank the sponsors on the truck, racingbiz.com. Go check out Jonathan's Facebook page every Thursday here, 7 p.m. Eastern. He runs auctions with diecast and all kinds of racing merchandise. You can go put your bid out to go try to win some stuff he offers. Gary Mercer Trucking, Moss Energy, JD Laird, JDR Graphics for painting the truck, EJ Brakes, Hick and Jicks. You guys were broadcasting, and friends, fans, and family watching. Thank you, guys.
Hey, man, thank you. Exciting race, dude. It was awesome to watch, and just come up a little bit short tonight. Like I said, 2 laps shorter race, you'd have had that win. But what made you make that call there on pit road?
Yeah, it was a shame the yellow to come out, but it's what it is. It's racing.
Hey, man, congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
All right. Yeah, you kind of tell a little disappointment in the voice there. Racing, you take a gamble. We talked about it all race long. You gamble, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it don't, Gerald. But this man right here, Nick Timms, coming up in 2nd place here. Not a bad finish from Mr. 9 Times. Bring him up here and let's talk to him.
Nick Timms, it's Jay Weezy and OSR Network booth. You got me?
I got you, man. How about that?
Hey, that's what I was getting ready to say. I was telling Joe there as y'all were on the white flag, I think if I had a couple more laps, man, you might have been able to pull off that win there.
And it was going to be close. I had a really good truck on fresh tires, and I could run the bottom just like Kelly could do. And that feels good to run second. I mean, I've never felt that great about running second, but I needed that good run like that just to prove to you guys I can run up front. And I'm exhausted.
Hey, man, the Green White Checkered podcast, the Hitman Racewear Toyota Tundra was flying, man. And, like you said, Mike Kelly made something happen on the bottom, and then all of a sudden, here comes Nick Timms. I thought, hey, like I said, one more lap, man. I think you had that one.
It was going to be close, but right now in this playoff, I'm looking to get as many points as I can. I got the halfway bonus points. It was a good points day for us, and hopefully take that momentum. But
hey, that's awesome, and got some good trucks coming up too. But you started 14th, finished 2nd tonight. Anybody want to thank?
I just want to thank Hitman Racewear, 803 Web Design, and Joey and Dustin over at the Green White Checker podcast. Check us out every Tuesday night, 9 o'clock. Call in. You got some NASCAR news or rumors you want to share, hit us up.
Hey, great race out there tonight, man. Congratulations on your finish.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, I'm going to throw a rumor out. Mr. 9 Times is going to make his premiere in the Truck Series NASCAR. What do you think?
Hey, I don't know about that, but At least we showed them what 9 time was all about tonight.
Definitely, man. Put an awesome run for you tonight. All right, well, tell you what, there you go. Nick Tim's
got-
a very happy guy, man. He was happy for that finish tonight, wasn't he?
He got 9 times on the name reel of that truck. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Well, this man right here, out of nowhere, pulling it off here. He showed him what to do on the low line. Mike Kelly, Joe in the booth. Got a copy?
Hey guys, what's up?
Well, I tell you what, you tell us what's up, man. What was you going through your mind on those last laps? That was a wild one there, but man, nobody seemed like they wanted to take the low line. They didn't think it would work. You came down there and said, let me educate you guys, and you was able to make it hold and stick and work.
Well, I hope we gave you a good show. You pretty much summed it up right there. I don't know. I really needed that. Been kind of a rough week. Got in some trouble Monday night, running good, got banged out, and thought I was locked in for a second place finish pretty easily if it went green the rest of the way, and I thought I was done, to be honest. And then I was wondering if David took 2 tires because he got out of the pits so fast. Yeah, I figured that out. Obviously, it became apparent with about 6 laps to go. But he helped me really with the 2 tires because he was running the top and my car was locked down on the bottom. And hey, no one else wanted to go down there, so I just kept working it and it paid off.
No doubt about it. And you definitely look good doing it. You got down there. You got on the inside now. You got to look. It seemed like when you was coming through there and you finally got to David Comstock there for a moment, he saw what you were doing, almost clipped the nose of you.
Did.
Yeah, I mean, he blocked you. Do you feel like you was going to try that again going down low?
I didn't know. I had my breath held. I mean, David's a great racer. We've raced a ton. I can't believe, I was shocked he took 2 tires. With his skill and speed, he had us covered, but he was probably worried about some other people doing it maybe, and it was his demise tonight, but he definitely scared me when I dove it in there. He knew, we knew where each other was running, and I can't blame him one bit for trying to take it away. But the second time I had a little bit better run, and it probably would have been a crash if he wouldn't have gave it up there. But great racing with those guys up front.
No doubt. Now, let me ask, if it had been a couple more laps, was you worried about Nick Timms coming up from behind?
Oh, very much, very much. I disposed of him, going through the pack there, and he was probably being a little smart there, maybe saving something, maybe not, whatever. He was fast, though, and he was coming, and he scared me, and I was protecting the bottom pretty hard.
No doubt about it. Well, I'll tell you what, you pulled it off here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Sim500 SimSpeedShop.com Truck Series. Got anybody you want to thank?
Definitely thank the team. We had a pretty good run tonight. Bobby got 10th, Scott 11th, Joe 12th, so 3 of us in the top 10, loaded them up on the trailer clean. And sometimes I forget when I'm on here. Definitely want to thank, Sim500 sponsors, Trans Service, Kick-Ass Beef Jerky, Sim Speed Shop. I mean, for people to step up like that and put money into sim racing and back it and do sponsorship so we can do this and have a broadcast and all this fun stuff is awesome. So a lot of thanks go out to those guys and Sim500 and you guys, of course. Excellent broadcasting.
Man, appreciate it as always. And there you go. There you have it at your winner tonight, Mike Kelly, putting it in victory lane at Charlotte. Again, congratulations, Mike.
Good job, Mike.
Thanks, man. I'm stoked.
All right, well, let's get it up here and get our final results order in this thriller of a finish. Mike Kelly winning it all here. Nick Timms there in second. Dave Comstock comes up a little short on it, up in third. Jose Gonzalez, though, good points battle for him. He powers back to fourth. EJ O'Rourke's going to finish out in fifth. You got Chad Coleman right there, sixth. So your top 3 guys in points, all nose to tail there. Timothy Johnson up in seventh. Tommy Rhines falls back to eighth. Steve Goschalk to ninth. Bobby Terrell rounds the top 10. Look to the rest of the field here. It was just a stellar race all in all.
Exciting race, fun race, as always here at Charlotte. Congratulations to Mike Kelly. Gets his first win. He gets to sign his name on that Sim500 Cup and started fourth, finished first, man. I mean, good job.
What more could you ask for? Putting it in victory lane here tonight at the Sim500 SimSpeedShop.com Truck Series at Charlotte. Mike Kelly, well, for myself and Gerald J. Weezy. We're going to head on out of here, everybody. Have a good night.
Night.